that it's not just me, it's all of these amazing people that make up this show. It says created by me, but it is a village, it is a community, it is a family. And that also involves all the people that watch the show and talk about the show and tweet about the show or recap the show or shade the show and criticize the show. They're all a part of the ecosystem. And I don't want to do this without anybody.
I mean, when somebody offers you a gift, you should take it.
What's up, y'all? What is up? It's your girl, EJ, and I'm here with my girls, Moochie and Tamika's Den, and we're here to talk about The Chi Season 6, and I believe this is episode, 5 or 6, y'all? It went by pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
5?
Yeah, 5. 5, yeah.
Okay, y'all, so we about to talk about it. We're about to get into it. Lost the headset. Put that down, y'all. Okay. All right. Let's see who is in the building. Hey, Demarcus. Hey, Daria, Rashonda, Francisco. Thank you, Francisco. I see that you became a new channel member. I appreciate you so much. And then let's see here. We got Tina in the building. Renee, Steven. All right, y'all. Shanae, 12. Thank you, guys. We appreciate y'all. All right, so let's jump into it because we do have some back-to-back lives. So I'm going to go straight into the episode. Let's see here. Let's add this first one, y'all. Get these pictures up. All right, so when the episode first starts out, we see that Emmett is helping Kev out. I feel like this was such a full circle moment for me because I remember, originally watching The Chi and, seeing where Kevin was and then seeing where Emmett was. Originally, this was kind of like Brandon's thing. He and Kev had got really, really close. And then it shifted to where now Emmett and Kevin are really close because, we know that Kevin's father has passed away. But even before that, they weren't, really close. And he's kind of playing this father figure to him. How did y'all feel about this moment, especially being a person that has watched The Chi from the very beginning? Tamika, you can start.
Yeah, I agree with you. I thought it was bittersweet. I know when we was discussing this before the show even started, it was like that. They were so small. They literally grew up, on the show. So just seeing them go to prom, knowing that they about to have their graduation, seeing Emmett helping him with his suit and saying, I can't believe I'm about to buy you a suit. And then it was funny because he was like, nah, I got this. But, it just got a little emotional. Like, feel like remind me of when my son was graduating. I definitely was emotional during that time. So, yeah.
Yeah. They go so fast. Moochie,
yes.
Can you mention this in my video? Emmett went from buying Kevin sneakers to a suit, literally. Even though Kevin was all right to get his own suit, so I like to see that they're both in a good place right now financially. But we know that we still worried about Emmett because the deal that he made with this doggone Dudu.
The dude
with the
this moment made my heart just melt, and I saw the maturity of Emmett. Emmett has definitely matured. I definitely agree with that. All right, so y'all, Papa decides, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and pop the question. I'm gonna ask her to the prom, and he says, I need a prom date. It took me like the second time, y'all ain't gonna lie. I was like, what? I'm so slow, and then I realized I was like, oh, okay, I get it. But this was a cute moment. Not very much going on. I figured she was gonna, say yes, and it is what it is. What did y'all think about this one, Moochie? What did you think about him asking her to the prom and her accepting?
I thought this was good. I liked his little Anita, like from Anita Baker. I like that he incorporated that because that's their little bonding thing. Because they PKs, preacher kids. So that's the only kind of music they was able to listen to. So they bonded with that, and I like that she said yes. So we really know at this point that she's into him.
Yes, definitely. Any thoughts on it, Tamika, or are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I agree with that.
Okay, y'all. So let's move on to this joker right here, as Moochie calls him Dudu. So old Duda has all the toys out, as Bakari says, and we kind of see where he, he tells Bakari like, "Hey, this is gonna be your ride for the weekend." Tamika, kind of talk to us about this particular scene and what you were thinking when you saw this scene.
I was annoyed with Bakari. I mean, I get it that he's young and he's in this, all the flashy things and the toys and what he thinks is the fun part of it, I guess. But then he kind of got that reality check when Duda was like, "Oh yeah, like here's the car, but surprise, you ain't get rid of these yet. Why are these still here?" Make it work. But it's like, "Oh, you're gonna get to use this to go to the prom." So I was just like, "Okay. What's gonna happen here?"
Exactly. Moochie, any thoughts on this one?
What's up,
Yeah, you know what I was gonna say about this? When I seen him with the gun, with the hammers in the back seat, and with the hammers in the back seat, that bag, I was like, my first three thoughts was, please don't bring this to Lene's house, because then you got Jada and Dre and Kevin's not in the house, but Dre and Nina, I don't want that coming to their house. I didn't want him to try to convince Lene to hold that for me. You understand?
Yeah.
So that's the first thing that was going through my mind when I saw this scene. And I'm so mad at Duda because it seemed like he just trying to put dirt on everybody at this point in this episode. So I was kind of pissed off at him, especially from going from the way he took care of Jake to sending this one. He's just sending this one straight to the bad side. With Jake, he kind of was trying to clean up his image. He had, so we're seeing like he's on the total opposite end of the spectrum. So this is like you seeing the real bad side of Duda, like the real evil side of him, where you gonna really hate this character.
Yeah, if you ain't already there, you definitely gonna get there.
No doubt.
All right. So moving on, we go to the next interesting scene. So of course, Tiff is moving forward with her business and she's there, getting some guidance from the guy who was going to help, her start her business and grow her product and all that. And of course, old Dante shows up and they have this little thing. He like, I introduce you to him. Like, basically, this my guy. And she like, why you here? But then we're going to hear a big noise and then we're going to see that someone took her car. Moochie, take it over from there. What did you think about this whole situation? Kind of just play out that scene for us.
I was wondering what. Oh, I'm on mute. Am I on mute?
No, I hear you.
We hear you.
Okay, because I was wondering what when I saw Dante there, I'm like, well, he gonna go help her find his car. So now we finding out a little bit more with him. He be doing his little thing too in the streets, but I don't know what. I want to know a little bit more about what type of stuff he's doing. And I like the fact that he went to help her get the car. I like the fact that she called Rob before she got there and they all showed up at the spot together. And Rob is not playing with dude. He's not playing with this kid. With this kid that he's messing with, he's not playing with him. He's gonna end up that boy gonna end up getting hurt. Because he doing too much. And now he feel like, I guess because he feel like he got Duda behind him. You know who I'm talking about, right? Y'all know who I'm talking about? I think Rob gonna end up getting at this dude. I had said that in my little thing when I put it up, because I feel like they're gonna get to him because that's the guy that's doing all his dirty work as far as the violent part.
I mean, Zane.
Yeah, so I feel like he's going to try to send him to go for Rob, and it's going to go sideways.
You know what? I didn't like Zane from the moment that we were introduced to this guy. Yeah. He just seemed real funny, and he was too eager to try to, get into Duda's good graces. I don't know. I don't like this guy. So he could go. real talk, he can go. Okay. Tamika, any thoughts before we move on about this whole situation with the car and him coming? Tiff was funny though. She did say, y'all better not tug nothing out my car.
Yeah.
I love car.
I thought it was interesting that Dante immediately was like, I know where is that, and I was already thinking in my head like, okay, so we going over here to the chop shop, and then it's like when Duda basically told him mind your business while you come and worried about a chick that's not even yours, and then we got to see like Rob kind of lose his cool. He wasn't cool in this particular moment. He was like, and y'all gonna pay for this damn window. And I definitely see him going after that guy. But of course Duda was like, no, slow your roll. We ain't gonna be paying for no window. Y'all can take it out the next drop. So either way it won't be coming out of their pocket. But that was stupid to me. Like, I don't understand how y'all make a mistake like that. Like,
exactly.
Because he got a clown working for him, that's why.
Exactly. And then Dante does have a point though, like y'all doing this too much and too often to the point where people know exactly what it is at this point. That's kind of reckless. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. All right, y'all. So we're gonna move on. Okay, so we're gonna move on to Keisha, y'all. So Keisha, she got this new opportunity, and remember at the very beginning, this lady didn't really want her there. If we just keeping it real, she felt a way about it at first, about how Keisha came in, but she did say that she needs to be on time, that teachers need to be on time. So we learn now that they're about to have these budget cuts, and of course they're going to, as good as a teacher as she is, an assistant as she is, they we still got to let you go because you've been late. And then we find out that Keisha has been, basically trying to hold down everything. And we'll talk about that part in a little bit when we get to this other scene. But what did y'all think about just her losing her job? Did y'all see that coming, or what did you think, Moochie?
I didn't see it coming. I was surprised. I felt bad for her. I felt like she feels like she's putting. I'm gonna stay right here. I'm sorry. I'm just glad that I hope she finds another job, because this was something that she really enjoyed. She was doing good at it, and it just so happens because she couldn't get there on time. She done lost her gig. Last hired, first fired, I guess. They probably went and looked at the records and showed how much she was late and leaving early and all of that. Where they're like, well, you don't really need a job like that if you coming in late and leaving early. Yeah, what up, Brillo?
That is very true. What up, though, Brillo? What is up? What up? Tamika, any thoughts on this particular part of it, or did Moochie cover it all?
Yeah, I felt bad for her that she got fired, but at the end of the day, it's like that's how it works, and it's bad enough you was late on your first day, which definitely wasn't good. And now we hearing that you continue to be late and you was leaving early. I said not leaving early too, and I know like the lady even said life be life, and like you ain't got no control over some things. But if it's a situation like that, yeah, you gonna automatically be the first one they gonna let go.
Yeah, that's what's up. Okay, and yeah, Brillo, I think we all felt sorry for Keisha in that moment, because we knew this was something that she was called to do and that she really wanted to do, and then to kind of lose it just like that. So the next scene really wasn't too much going on in this scene. We just see these two having a little girls' day. They're getting their nails done. Everybody's getting ready for, is it homecoming or prom, y'all? I can't remember which one it is. It's homecoming or prom. They're all getting ready for prom. And they're talking, and Lene is kind of apprehensive because, her brother wants to meet Bakari, and they're just having that conversation. It's a really cute moment. So I'm not going to even linger on that too long. I just like the fact that all of these, I just like the kids so much. When we think about the Shy, just because we've seen all of them grow up on the show, it's just something about seeing them. It's kind of what keeps you there. Yeah. Brillo, like she been through a lot. Now that's for sure.
Yeah, she has.
Y'all. Now I wanted to get to this part because I know that there's always going to be people on this side of the fence with this and this side of the fence with this, and I always feel like There's always some talkable moments when it comes to Tiff and Emmett because they've been such a central part of the show since I can't remember, since whenever Brandon left. It feels like Emmett got thrust into that spotlight of being almost like the central main character, I guess you would say, in a sense. But there's a moment when he comes over here, he sees the car, he's like, hey, what happened to your car? And she tells him what happened, and he wants to know, like, why you didn't call me. And she says, because you're not my protector anymore. And she called the person, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, now let y'all go. In my opinion, she called the person that she was supposed to call, which was Rob. Because in this case, this was something that had to do with her directly. EJ wasn't in the car, like he wasn't anywhere around. This was just her. And I don't feel like she had to call Emmett. I mean, do you want to tell him because he dealing with Duda? Absolutely. But I don't think that she needed to be like, look, da 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 da. I think she was supposed to call her man and be like, this what just happened. Tamika, you start. What you think?
That's kind of taking me off a little bit. I mean, Emmett, he was going a little too much too. And it was funny when he kept saying, why was you with Dante? And it's like, why are you worried about it though? But at the same time, he got the car. I don't know whether she pays the insurance or whether he does. His son could have been in the car when something happened. Thank God he wasn't. And I thought it was funny that she's like, you're not my man, you're not my protector, but you knew he wasn't your man and your protector when you was like, oh, you should get me a car. I'm just saying. And it annoyed me a little bit that she said that. It was like, keep that same energy. I'm sorry, y'all. That's just what I felt in that moment. But I also think Emmett is dumb as hell. So there's that.
That is very, very true. That is very true. No. That's why I said it's going to be people on this side of the fence and people on this side of the fence. I haven't been in any blogs. I try to stay out the shy blogs before we do any of our things before I go in there. But I've been in the blogs and I know how it go. Whenever these two come, it's always people on this side. And I was waiting for, like, I knew people would be like, but he got her that car.
But I did agree with her when she was basically like, why do you keep asking me about something? She's like, you didn't even say, are you okay? Is everything all right? And then he's like, well, you look okay to me. That made me chuckle.
It was funny though, because I think Emmett's still stuck on Dante is that trigger spot for him, you know, and I'm just like, bruh, let it go. Y'all done moved on. Let it go. Moochie. First of all, Savannah, shout out to Savannah. Thank you so much, but we really appreciate you. Thank you. Brillo said Emmett is kind of dumb. Okay. Emmett be doing the most, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Emmett just be Moochie, let us know. What you feeling?
With this part, she was right to put him in his place. This is not your department, Emmett. This is not your department. You know, I know just how what you said, the little boy wasn't there, EJ wasn't there. This is not your department. So you don't have no dog in this race with with how she went and got it back and why she ain't contact you first. She had two real dudes there. I'm sorry. And it's just, look, she had two real ones there with her. Now, who's going to handle it? I don't know.
She said two real dudes.
Yeah, you got two real. I ain't want to say, two real ninjas,
I know what you was thinking though, but I was thinking the same thing. Like, what was you gonna do though? Like, real talk. We saw what happened later.
You're not even like that.
This is not your department, bro. This is not what you do. No,
it's not your department, Emmett.
But now I understand both sides of it. I just wanted to throw that out there. But that was interesting. Okay, let me go to the shy. Lord have mercy. To the chat real quick. I'm trying to go to the shy, y'all. Let's see. DeMarcus said, I'm glad that Tierra and Gemma bonded, that her mother left Marcus. Okay. And that's really it. Did nobody else say anything? Hold on. Keisha is not herself this season. I missed some of these. Let me go back to them real quick, y'all. Okay, Brillo said, I'm sorry. I felt for Keisha. Yeah, Keisha definitely has not been herself. I've been saying that since about 2 episodes in. I was like, man, this character is so different this season. Like, something is way off with her. Okay, y'all. So let's move on. Let's see. Where are we at? All right, so this is just a little cute moment where we see Bakari and Lene. They say those words that people say to each other, you know, when you feeling somebody and you like this your first love, and you know, I love you too. Hey, like they did that, and so you know, nothing really big major moment here, but it was cute, and I think I think the reason why this is so important is because of what's going to happen later, and we'll talk about that because I want to get y'all thoughts on a couple of things to see how y'all are feeling. So then I'm gonna set this part up, and then Tamika, I need you to just, you know, bring it on home for us. So Emmett comes into the house, mind you, not hi, how you doing? I'm sorry, I was raised in a home where you say, hey, how you doing? That's the first thing you say when you walk into the room. If you the one who walked into the room, it's your job to say hi. It's not my job to say hi. You walk into okay, never mind. But anyway, he walk in. The first thing he do is talk about what happened with Tiff, right? And want to know why he don't know about her growing and like all this stuff. And clearly Keisha is having a moment. Tamika, talk about this for a little bit.
Yeah, Emmett Dunn got riled up about that daggone car, and not only that, he also found out that she was planning on growing and going into business for herself. And she did say, you know, oh, I thought Keisha would have told you. So it's like he's just coming in with like one track mind and going into the conversation, not really paying attention to what's happening with her. And you know, of course, she let him know what happened, and he kind of did like a positive negative way. It was like, oh, I'm sorry that happened, but you know, oh well, that's good because you seemed like you was a little stressed out anyway, type of thing. And it's like, yeah, I'm stressed out because I've been basically doing everything and I'm helping you with your stuff. And then she kind of did the, you know, negative throwback, and it was just kind of negative bouncing off of negative. But I mean, I get it. She's upset about her job. She's feeling overwhelmed. This is a completely different situation now because y'all living together. Y'all got this bigger house. Y'all got more responsibilities. And she's helping with a lot of the responsibilities. And then his whole thing is, well, I'm going out and working and doing what I can to provide for the family, what you want me to do. And it made me laugh when he was like, I can't read your mind. You have to tell me these things. Speak up next time. And it's like, I shouldn't have to speak up. You know, all these things is happening to me. I got both sides because some things, you know, people do know, but I guess they don't. They so busy thinking about their own stuff that they don't think about how it's impacting you. So even though, you know, it's some things I shouldn't have to say to you, but some things you do have to be clear about and let people know. Because child, they'll act like they don't see, you know, see no evil, hear no evil, right? So it kind of works both ways.
Exactly. No, and sometimes I feel like a conversation is all that's ever needed because sometimes even though somebody can see something, they don't necessarily like. Sometimes I'll be like, "Oh, okay, I thought that's what you do, and you know, I do this and you do this. I didn't necessarily know that I needed to." You know, that you needed my help in this area because I thought that's kind of what you do. Now, you know, I see it, you know, that I guess I see it from both sides of it just because sometimes people don't always speak up and say what it is. They just keep trying to do, but they don't stop and say, hey, I need some help with X, Y, and Z. Like, okay, it was cool at first, but now I'm overwhelmed. And when people are living life, sometimes people don't stop and just see that, oh, that's way too much for you. Oh, you actually need me to do this, and this. And if you just stop and say it, then they can't say that they don't know at that point because you said it. And at the same time, if you see it, then maybe you should ask, do you need my help? You know what I'm saying? Like you can just see it from both sides of it. Moochie, what are your thoughts?
I just think it was a whole thing with a lack of communication between them. That she's not telling, she's so mad that she's not saying what's really wrong with her. She been like quick, short-tempered with him. And Emmett, you know, he don't, if you tell him what's going on, he ain't gonna know. You have to really explain stuff to him. And I feel like now that she had this conversation, I think he's gonna take heed to her feelings. I don't know if he's gonna go to therapy, but I think he needs to. But I think I jumped ahead again. I put my track shoes on. I apologize.
You fine.
Let me put my track shoes under the desk, right?
You fine, girl. Okay,
Yeah,
y'all.
right.
So Shad finally. I've been waiting for this. I've been like, can somebody help him out? But then somebody does help him out, and he told him, "Look, this gonna be slow money, but Shad want this fast money, y'all. Like, I don't feel like you can have it both ways. It's just my opinion, but I don't feel like you can have it both ways. You say you want to go clean, you want to be legit, but sometimes clean and legit is slow. It's not fast. Sometimes you gonna make $100 for putting together a dresser, bro. Like, let's be real. Like, how much was you expecting? But it is what it is. What y'all think about this whole conversation? Moochie, you go ahead and start.
What did I think about the conversation? I feel like with this whole conversation, he's looking for fast money, and this is not happening. Okay, yeah, you was there since 6 or whatever the case may be, but you know the drill. To me, you should have been working at Smokies. I still don't understand how you acting like there's no other way, no other job you could get. Why you ain't trying to fill out, just be a maintenance man here? They hire people that been locked up. Come on. You're not really pounding that pavement, or now you don't even pound the pavement no more. You're not going on these little apps and stuff trying to find you a job. I'm just saying.
Okay, listen, valid, all valid, all valid. Tamika, what are your thoughts?
God is full of crap. He don't want no 9-to-5 job. He don't. He wants fast money, because even if he went and got a job that he could get, even with a record, and it's paying him $15 an hour for 8 hours, that's $120. They're gonna take taxes out. You got $100 tax free. Okay, I know how to make that $100 stretch. And what happened to that stack that dude I gave him that he was like, oh, I haven't had this amount since I did the bank job? What did he do with that?
Thank you.
I'm over Sean.
That's the part I didn't understand. You just got a stack of money, 2 bricks of money. What did you do with that? I'm not understanding that. What did you do with it?
Exactly. And then he keeps saying, oh, my lady, and I can't be staying with her and not doing nothing. It ain't about your lady, because she don't even care that you was there not doing nothing. I'm sure she wouldn't mind that you went somewhere and made $100 for the day, and she was letting you stay there rent free and was offering you to help you get your business. So it's about you and your ego. And he just wanted fast. You can't tell me nothing different.
Exactly. And check this out. You know how it is with getting this job. She already told you that, it's all right if she's doing this right now. She know you trying to get yourself together.
Mm-hmm.
You got this, just 2 bricks of money. You was talking about starting this business. You mean to tell me you didn't think of all these ideas you had when you didn't have no cash?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't think of nothing now? I'm not understanding that. I'm not understanding what he did with Judah's money, because it's not
not understanding it.
It's
either.
not like Jada. It's not like Damn, I forgot.
Deja, yeah.
Deja is behind in bills. I be getting
right.
The judge.
Because I was even wondering, like, did he give it to her towards the bills? Like, what did you do with that?
Exactly. They didn't even show, and they didn't show it with what he did with the money. And I want to know what he did.
Okay, because it's important. We need to know what he did with that doggone money. Like, seriously.
Because come on, you moaning about getting $100, but you just had 2 stats in the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And if you were willing to be outside selling your stuff, you could find a way to do what you need to do with that money that you did, because Deja is not stressing over no money.
Exactly.
She's not stressing over no money. She's been taking care of herself long before he came there, and she'll continue to take care of herself, and she ain't bugging him about no money. That's one thing about Deja, is that we can see that she ain't bugging him about no money, ain't bugging him about getting no job. Because you know how sometimes it be. Sometimes people be like, you go do this, and then people feel that stress of having to try to do something quick, and then they make bad decisions. But he's not doing that to him. Like, we haven't seen one indication of her do that. So why are you so pressed to get out there and make fast money? I don't understand, knowing where that could lead. It just is stupid to me.
It don't make no sense, because Darnell's literally telling him, like, yeah, it's slow right now, but it's gonna pick up, and we could have an opportunity to grow this and to maybe have some employees later and turn it into a business. He's not looking at the bigger picture. He just wants fast money. can't tell me nothing else.
Exactly.
I agree.
Facts. I agree too. All right, y'all. So let's move on to this hideous dress that that Gemma done bought online, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. I've never been a person who didn't like the character Tiara. I just always felt that she was just an opportunist and did what she had to do, but that she also brought a lot to the table. She had a lot of skills, and she, knew how to work her way around the world that she was in. So when her and Marcus actually got together, and I was like, might be okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is gonna be kind of cute. I was actually here for her and Gemma bonding. I really didn't realize how much these two are really alike, which is, I guess I remember on one of our lives, I can't remember if it was you, Moochie, or Tamika, someone was saying that these two are so much alike, and that's why
they are. They even look alike. They like they could be mother and daughter in real life.
Exactly. When they were standing by, that's my freaking I got a little snippet video of that. They are alike. Mm-hmm. They are so much alike, and even Marcus saw it, and I think he was kind of irritated with it. He was kind of irritated with it that he's dating somebody like that, and his daughter is like that. So he seemed like he was kind of irritated. I put my track shoes on again. Apologize.
No, you good. But I was just saying that I thought this was cute. I thought this was a cute moment that they found a moment to help these two to bond. And you see this moment where Marcus is walking by and he sees them and he kind of smiles because he knows, oh, okay, they about to go shopping together. But later there would be a whole nother story to that. So we're gonna get to that here in just a second, but I just wanted to mention that. So let's go to this one right here. So in that argument that or I don't know if I want to call it an argument, in the conversation where Keisha was talking to Emmett, she said something very specific to him. I think it was something like, I'm not going to be sitting around while you out here living your best life, right? Then she goes to her mama's house, and guess what Nina's saying? The same crap. Nina be doing too much.
I said 2 episodes back that these two is alike.
Yeah.
I was like, she really reminded me of her mother. So that was so hilarious to me when that part came.
You sure did say that last week.
Oh my goodness. Let's go to the chat real quick, y'all. Let me go read some of these comments. Okay, I think Emmett is really trying, and he's juggling so much trying to succeed. He's making selfish choices. That is true. He feels like he needs to get to this level of success. And sometimes I think people take for granted those people that are just there when, and don't realize, oh, okay, maybe this is too much for them. So let's see. Oh, hold on. Did I read that one? Shot is doing too much. He doesn't realize you have to crawl before you walk. That means you have to beat the pavement. Absolutely. He should have took that loan from his girlfriend and opened up his business. Yes, LSW. That's the play that he should have done right there. And they could have had a partnership. He didn't have to take the money, y'all. Like, he didn't have to take the money and just so that he wouldn't feel away. He could be like, look, I'm gonna give you a percentage of it. That way he could feel like, okay, she's investing into this business. She has a piece of it. You don't have to give her the 50-50. You could have gave her like 20% or something. And then that way it's just so many. Shad's storyline and the story that they're portraying of him just doesn't have to happen. There's so many other options for this character, and he got so many people in his corner that are trying to help him and want to see him succeed, that it's sad that this is the route that he's taken. But it's not an untrue storyline. This is not something that don't happen in real life, that people are, you know what I'm saying? So I can't really say that it's, that it's unrealistic, because we know that the world is full of people who had people in their corner but wanted to go this route because they wanted, like Tamika said, that fast money and that fast life instead of this, so it is what it is. Okay, let's see who else said he should. Oh, that was the one. Read that one. He should have used that stack to get a certified at a trade school. He full of it, child. Deja wants him to just respect their home and get honest income. She's not pressed about money. Yeah, she's not pressed about money at all. They are like, Gemma dress is looking like a whole flamingo. I was happy she help her. that sudden bonding was unrealistic, but them looking alike is nasty on Marcus. Oh my goodness.
Oh Lord.
Oh my goodness. I don't really think it was unrealistic. I think that certain moments in life allow you to bond with people at a certain moment. Gemma needed something clearly, and she just happened to be the person that was there. And it was either my daddy take me or you take me. Right now, I'm gonna go with the worst of the two. You know, I mean the better of the two. You know what I'm saying? Because neither one of them for her was probably like, well, I don't want neither one of y'all. But right now, I'll take you. And then in doing so, you get to see that, okay, I wasn't trying to let you in at first, but you actually might be a little bit cool because she got to know her a little bit. And I don't think that's an unrealistic thing. I think that's something that actually happened to people. It's just accidental sometimes. Nina wasn't wrong. They are in couples therapy, and Dre is a therapist. She knows she is wrong on the phone all night with Monica. I don't know. We'll talk about that one in just a second. Yes, at LSW, Keisha act like her. Yeah, they do act like. Hey, girl. Hey. Okay, so let's unpack a couple of things. First, let's unpack the one thing. Let's talk about the moment Keisha comes in and well, no, what? Let's go back for a second. The argument between Dre and Nina. Moochie, what are your thoughts? Is she wrong for texting her ex? Is that
now you're doing too much? What you doing? Laying in the bed, key and texting back and forth and sending funny stuff? What you doing? You two ain't was not. It was just till 11 o'clock. But look, you see this chick at work all day. Sit down somewhere.
Okay. Tamika, what you think?
Yeah, this is another storyline I don't understand. We was wondering when she first was introduced, what was the point where they about to take this at with her even working at the same job. Now we hearing that y'all, according to Nina, texting all night. Dre is saying there's nothing going on. That's out of Dre's character to me. Like, I really don't think, honestly, that she would even cheat on Nina, and I don't want to see that storyline again, to be honest. But I'm trying to understand where they taking this. Like, why are we texting? That makes no sense to me. What are we texting about?
Exactly. And I don't want to jump the gun on it because I don't know where they're going with it either. But it does feel very out of character for this character. I know when we talked last week, I know I said, like, I'm not worried about Dre. Like,
that's not even how Dre rolls.
That's very unrealistic. What up, Candy Love?
Unless they really trying to change her character, but I don't think so. I like the conversation she was having with Keisha when she did come in. But
you know what bothers me the most about it though?
What?
That okay, she's here. Y'all, you and the girl, the ex had the conversation. To me, she can't hold the candle to Nina as far as appearance wise. And just the attitude. So I don't think okay, she's basically the forbidden fruit because it's something that she can't have. I hope she don't do something like a bozo move and sleep with this broad.
Yeah, I don't think so though. I think it's a good sign that she's being honest with Nina about it, because she could be wondering who she's texting and having to sneak through her phone. It sounds like she's pretty much let her know who it is, but it's like, I just don't get why. What are we texting about? Well, how much is there to talk about?
Yeah, I think there's a little more context that needs to happen.
Right.
So I'm gonna wait and see what else, if they even go anywhere else with it. But we know that they introduced her for a reason. So I think it'll be interesting to see. Tina says, I worry about Dre because she is still hurt. Nina cheated on her and how her ex is back, whom she was in love with in the past. That's what's up. Let's see. Monica says they seem to be changing all the characters this year. They are making everyone different for some reason. Yeah, maybe they all just going through their seasons. I don't know.
Right.
Because they definitely are interesting this particular year. Okay, y'all. So Keisha, this is when we realize that Keisha decides that she probably needs to go back to therapy. She had been slipping with it a little bit, and now she needs to get back into therapy. She's overwhelmed. It's a lot going on, and she needs to I just saw your message, Mookie, my bad. And she needs to speak to somebody. So this is what we were talking about a little bit earlier. We're talking about this moment where they bond and how much they really do look alike, y'all. Like I put these pictures, I was like, man, they look so much alike. Like they really could be related to each other. But in this moment, we find out, that Gemma, even though she doesn't really come across, she doesn't really talk about it a lot, but you can tell that she's missing that motherly figure in her life. Her mom left her, she didn't just leave the dad, she left her. If you hadn't really been following the story a lot, you probably would think that Gemma mama had, went to the upper room, because that's kind of what it feels like whenever you see these, when you look at Gemma and her dad, her being raised by her dad, you kind of think, oh, her mom must be, gone. But that's not the case. She gone, but she not gone. Moochie, what do you think about this bonding moment between these two and just this whole situation with them?
All her life, she's been with her dad. So she hasn't experienced the nurturing side of a woman where you get to bond and y'all do the same things y'all do. Perhaps maybe when she is going, when Gemma did do certain stuff that, it would be fun to do with a mom. Her father probably just basically, he'd be shopping, but you know how men go off and sit down and stuff like that. I think she got that enjoyment of the shopping, the whole little spa treatment. It was just girl time, and she liked it.
Mm-hmm. And she didn't have to be in Gen Pop. I love that part. I was like, okay, Tiara. Tamika, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it was cool. I agree with Moochie. I don't really got much to say about it. It was a cool little moment. That dress definitely was ugly, so we needed a new dress. And it's like, why not let her, go spend her money on it?
Girl, okay. All right, y'all. So let's move on to Emmett, because now we see that Emmett has decided to take his raggedy behind on over here to confront Duda, somebody who is invested in your business and all of this type of stuff. And now you're going to go and bring some strife in it when clearly the situation had already been handled, but yet you feel the need to do this. Now, I'm just going to keep it a stack with y'all. In my opinion, I thought this was crazy. The reason why I thought it was crazy was because you're still acting like you and Tiff are together. Like, yes, y'all have a child together, and I get that, and I understand the dynamics of having a child and all this other type of stuff. But once again, this situation was handled, and you didn't need to try to go and handle it. There was no reason for him to do this, but yet he still took himself over here, and y'all saw where he landed. Tamika, what do you think about it?
Yeah, it was just emotion. His emotions was running. He's pissed because it was like, how did y'all make a mistake like that? I literally got the car from you through your supposed broker, even though, child, I mean, you dumb, because you should know that broker's out the window at this point. But, he's heated. And on top of that, when Duda told him 2 other dudes was already here about that really made that blood run up through him, gave him what he thought was some super mouth for a minute, like, oh, Emmett. But I think he got the reality check in that moment that we all already knew that he should have been already had. Like,
exactly.
Oh, exactly. Man, I was like, is this boy serious? Oh, God. Emmett might as well just have went and took a shovel to the graveyard and then started digging. Then go here with this.
Okay. Emmett is lucky Duda needs business to launder needs his business to launder. Exactly, because that's exactly what he's doing. Okay. That's what's up. Moochie, any thoughts on this one before we move to the next one?
Yes. This scene pissed me off because Emmett basically seen him KI double hockey sticks the dude at the cigar bar. Now, you KI double hockey stick the dude at the bar. Why are you coming in here with your chest pumped out?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you really going to do something to Judah and then say the F word to him. You want to say F you to him, like, you really could stand on it and be like in his face like that. You see how this man get down.
And dude was
And if he
just
didn't
macking.
have
That
that
was it.
business,
Exactly.
if he didn't have that business, he would have got taken out.
Mm-hmm.
Even Nux saw that when he was like, "Yo, chill, chill, chill."
Exactly.
It was crazy. It's one of Emmett's, definitely one of his not so great moments. All right, y'all. So we're leading up. We're getting to the prom, y'all. We have this nice moment between Papa and his father. I've always liked Papa's father. He's always trying to be, the stand-up guy. He's always trying to give Papa good advice. And what I like about Papa is that Papa is always willing to buck buck the system, but he doesn't always try to do it in such a negative. It's just in a Papa way, I guess, if you would say it. Because when his father says, "Why do I have to be godly?" Like when he tells him something like that, I can't remember the exact wording, but he tells him that when you walk out this door, you're a reflection of me. I bring that up because in a moment we're going to talk about everything that happened afterwards. But first, let's go ahead and talk about when Keisha actually gets back home to Emmett. And Tamika, I'll let you go here where and kind of just talk to us about the conversation that they're having. I believe this is the moment where she's telling him that she's decided to go back to therapy and,
Yeah, I was so happy that Dre said, "Nah, girl, that you can't just let therapy go, okay? That's the last thing that need to go. You got to make that a priority." I was happy when she came and told Emmett that's what she wanted to do. She could tell it was something wrong with him. He over here drinking a shot trying to calm his nerves.
And we don't hardly see him drink.
Yeah, she knew right away, but of course he ain't gonna want to tell her what's going on. But I like that she let him know because it was like, is it something I'm doing? Then he thought, okay, well, I did couples therapy before, we could do that. And it's like, no, it's not about us going as a couple. It's about me going for myself. When she said I feel empty, I felt that. I have felt empty plenty of times myself. I'm just glad that she realizes that she do need to continue. There's a lot of stuff she dealt with, like Brillo was putting in the chat earlier, and we all know and seen that she still have not really, got through. And now she's in this whole situation and losing a job and all that other stuff. So she let him know it's about me, it's not about us. She also let him know that she was still committed to this relationship and the kids. So I like the whole conversation. And then she was even saying maybe he might want to do some type of therapy for himself. And he was like, "Oh no, I'm doing the group therapy with the fellas." But she said, that's cool, but you doing one-on-one therapy hits different. Which you do, but I still give Emmett like credit for at least going and them having that open dialogue with the fellas too. I still think that's good. So yeah, that was a much needed conversation.
Exactly.
Hey, Kendall.
I completely agree. Hey, Kendall girl. Hey.
Kendall.
Okay, Moochie. So there is going to be a moment, the moment where our Tiara lookalike comes down the stairs. When I tell you, girl, that she looked just like her, I said she like a mini Tiara. Now let me I'm gonna tell you my thoughts real quick, and then Moochie, I want to hear what you have to say about this. But honestly, I thought the dress was cute. I didn't. Gemma is at this point a senior in high school. I didn't see the dress to be highly inappropriate. I don't know if y'all have ever seen how the prom stuff go these days. These dresses then got real extravagant. Like stuff is different than how it used to be back in the day. So I didn't see a whole lot wrong with this. And I always felt like when we go to prom, people go a little bit further. You know what I'm saying? Like not they normal makeup routines, not they normal, but I think for me, it felt like Marcus didn't want to see his daughter grow up. And then he said some things that, that got a little crazy for like a whole second. So Moochie, tell me what just your thoughts about it. Just whatever. Go for it.
You know what I thought about this scene with this whole thing happening? I thought he was right. I mean, not for nothing. I thought he was right, but let's say if that dress would have had bare skin instead of like the little see-through thing, then I would have said that's it's like totally inappropriate. But she is a senior. I've seen, just like you said, EJ, a lot of dresses much worse than this, where they just covering like the hot parts. Okay. So I think he just was taken aback of how much they looked alike and what he's attracted to. Okay,
I don't
he
think
don't
he's
want
used
nobody.
to seeing
So
his
no,
mother.
I don't think anybody want anybody looking at their daughters in a certain way.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what it was. He already knows she already out there getting it in. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
She already getting busy with it. You know.
Exactly. So that's why I wondered why he overdid this so much. I mean, not to say that I'm trying to go back and remember how Gemma dresses on a normal basis, but I'm just like, them school skirts is probably shorter than this dress, and it only got like one little sheer piece on it. But I don't know. I think it was just maybe the makeup. Like I said, I don't know what it was. I don't know what the trigger was, because I'm like, man, this dress actually not as it could be, but okay. Tamika,
I think it was
what are your thoughts?
more sort of makeup.
Yeah,
The
that's
makeup.
what
I think it
maybe
was
with
the whole get up together. The whole get up
Yeah.
together, the outfit and the makeup. That's what probably sent him. Yeah, he sure did. You exactly right, Karma, baby.
Yeah, he did. I thought that was out of line. I mean, when he first looked shocked, and I guess she looked like a real grown woman. Maybe this is his first time really looking at her and being like, "Dag, my daughter's a grown woman now," and that scared him. I don't know, but I was okay with the little, first take off some of that makeup, whatever. Okay, fine. And then he had to throw in there, "Oh, you not her mother." She knows she's not her mother, and I'm not even a fan of Sierra, but it was like she knows she's not her mother. She was trying to step in, trying to bond. This is what you said you wanted them to do. You just was talking about that in the meeting, and Emmett literally said to you, "Trust me, if my daggone baby mother could get along with Keisha, they'll get along. They'll figure it out," which they are doing now. And then you had to take it a step further and say, "I don't want my daughter looking like a whore." I was like, how the hell she look like a whore? Like, I didn't see that one coming. I was like, whoa, now we going too far, Marcus, okay? And it was like, when Sierra said, "Well, what the heck does that make me?" And all he could do was sit there with the dumb look on his face. I was like, yeah, you put your foot in your mouth.
I was like, you ain't getting none tonight. You're gonna be doing none of them noises. None of that is happening.
Well,
but that was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, but she had
at the same time I was saying, if the shoe fits, then wear it. But you're not.
What do you think of me?
I don't know. I'm just saying. Because I mean, to be honest, we haven't ever seen Tierra really wear nothing that was crazy. Most of the time, we see her in like businessy kind of dress. Like, so I thought that was off. I was like, man, she must dress different when we don't see her on the screen, because everything that we saw on the screen, it's been sort of like this outfit right there in the middle where the bottom picture, it's been mostly stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't know.
Gemma actually dresses a lot like she's stuck in the 70s, to be honest. And then she started switching it up a little bit. But I will say, I didn't think it was anything wrong with the other dress. I wore something more, I guess you would say, sexy to my prom than what she had on there. But nonetheless, I digress. I thought she looked more classy in this, what she wore in the final,
Yeah, this was a classier look. Yes. And I like both dresses, like either way. But if you look at this one, she's showing more shoulder and more skin than she showed in. I'm like, come on, bro. Like, come on now.
That's true too.
But I thought this was really, really cute right here. Everybody showing up for them. So that was just a whole little cute moment. Let's see here. So, okay, y'all. So we get back to Alicia. Is Alicia, right? Alicia. I think it's Alicia. We get back to Alicia and we see, and I can't think of old girl name, y'all. It's not there right now. All I see is her from Girlfriends, and
Bianca.
I don't know her name.
Her name is Bianca.
Yeah, Bianca. There you go. Thank you. And they're talking, and we learn that these two have a little bit of a relationship. That she invested in her business. What are your thoughts on that? Anybody can jump in. Just your thoughts on where do you think this is going, or just whatever you think about it.
This was interesting to me. I was wondering, like, are we family related? Is it just a friendship? But I mean, just Miss Lynn Winfield on the screen, honey, she ain't even got to say much. Just the presence. And you like, wait a minute, you paying attention. But that was interesting to learn that she's a silent partner. I want to know where this is going to go. And she already got her ear to the streets and saying hoodlums is hanging out in the establishment.
Okay.
So,
you know. Moochie, any thoughts on this?
I think let me ask y'all this. This is what I came up with when I did my recap. Do y'all think that she might be capable of rocking due to the sleep?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Because I feel like that's why she was brought in. She knows about their past. And that's what I'm going with. I think that she's gonna rock. She could be capable of, I don't know if she's gonna do it. It might be an attempt and he end up having to take her out himself. Or it might or she might really do the deed. Because now she already I'm gonna stay right there. I didn't see that.
Suburbia said he's still on season 4. I just stopped in to say what's up. What up, Suburbia?
What's up?
Oh, what's up, Suburbia?
I'm glad she finally did something to that hair. She was sick of that fro she was rocking. He's so silly. I want to see that crazy come out like she did on the movie at Thin Line. Yeah, she was talking about Gemma then. Okay, I want to see that crazy come out too.
You gotta look at it like this too. You know what? Going back to Marcus and Gemma, she went from this militant black power and all this other stuff to now you like one of the like trying to look like a video vixen.
Yeah, but she has been slowly changing her image since she got with Jake. The minute she got with Jake, she did like a 180. I was like, oh, you're not doing this no more. You're not doing this.
Exactly.
You know, so it was interesting how, you know, she changed. Let's see here, y'all. Let's move to. Okay, so we at the prom and we learned that Maisha and Jake, they actually win prom king and queen. So I thought that was cute. But what I find even more interesting is how much Jake, I don't know, y'all, I don't know what it is. Like, Jake is my baby. Like, he really is. I just love me some Jake with himself. But how much he's grown up. Like, Jake be out here giving out this wisdom to everybody. There was a conversation that he had with his brother at one point when he heard some stuff on the radio or whatever it was, about him. And he gave him some words of wisdom. But Kevin is contemplating leaving Chicago. And Jake just tells him basically that he needs to do what's best for him and that if she is, you know, the one, then she'll be there. But even more interesting, guys, is the fact that I think a lot of us made a bigger deal out of this Maisha and Kevin thing than Papa did. And it didn't seem to bother him at all. I don't know if that was because he's into another girl, so he ain't got no reason. Like, he can't really be, you know what I'm saying? Like, you into somebody else, so now it's not really a big thing. Or if he and Maisha just had such a great relationship that she just wants him to be happy. Or the fact that Kevin was with Maisha first and then he got with her and now she's just coming back. I don't know. There's so many different ways we can look at that. What y'all think about Jake's growth, his conversation, and the Papa, Maisha, and Kevin situation? And were you shocked that they just gave it no energy at all? Moochie, you can start.
I feel like I like the way Jake spoke to him. I like that they're giving him advice and they saying we still gonna be here if you decide to go or stay. So if you here, we ain't going nowhere. And I like that they encourage they brother. Because that's what they are. They basically grew up together. This is his day one. He wants the best for him. So yeah. I like this whole conversation. They could have took out the smoking though, but you know, I was cool with everything else.
That's what they be doing.
Yeah, but they inside. Come on now.
They be doing too much. Tamika, what you got?
Yeah, I agreed with Jake. I thought he gave him good advice. I understood where Emmett was coming from when he told him when they was looking for the suit. No, why would you leave Chicago? But Emmett's situation and what he got going on and why he was staying in Chicago is completely different than Kevin. I feel like Kevin is young. He about to graduate. He should explore things, you know, especially if it's an opportunity for him to make money and he can set himself up and, you know, get all his ducks in a row and have different experiences. He don't got no kids. He ain't got, you know, and no other real big responsibilities. And like Jake said, your friends and family is always going to be there. We could visit you. You could visit us, whichever way. But to me, I was more so going along the lines of Jake, and when he was saying I agreed with him. I think that would be a good opportunity for Kevin. I would love to see him be able to make it out, child, because this whole thing was wrecking my nerves at this point of the episode, because I was like, everybody's having such a good time. What the heck is gonna happen? We getting too much smiling, too much partying, too much enjoying ourselves. So, but nonetheless, I agreed with him.
Yeah. Kendall said, hold on a minute, panel. I thought Jake and Gemma went to the other school. Kev was there but got kicked out when him and Jake had that fight. So why were Jake and Gemma at the prom? Honestly, I always thought that Jake came back after the Doodah situation. I thought Doodah was the one that was
came back.
I put it in
He
did. He came back to the school after. Only person that's going to private school now is Gemma.
Right.
When
and
Jake
I was
I'm sorry. When Jake and Trig Victor stopped dealing with Doodah, that whole deal with the school and everything dissolved.
Because we even see them. They mention it. Because remember when Papa has that moment, Kendall, where he going all crazy when he talking reckless to everybody, and Jake tries out for the basketball team.
Right. Yeah.
He was trying to find his way back then, and he thought he was going to be a basketball star, but he ain't.
Right.
Them hope dreams got put on hold.
And I was also glad that they didn't make a big deal about him and Maisha. So
me too. I was glad that they did that. I said that was a classier move. When we're trying to predict,
because I wasn't trying to see the drama between them all over again.
Because it didn't need to happen. It really didn't need to happen.
Exactly.
Not with this one. I understood why with Kevin and Jake, that was a little different, the way that one happened. But with
he blindsided Kev.
Yeah, with Maisha, Papa, and with Kevin, like I said, Kevin and Maisha were actually together prior. And if there was going to be any issues, it would have been when Maisha and Papa got together initially. And so, and Papa is a class act. So, there's that. Let's see here. Not a whole lot to talk about with this one, but it was cute to see that Quincy and DeAndre, because they keep saying this fiance, and I was like, who is the fiance? And then when we find out that he's the fiance, I'm like, that's the fiance? Okay, I see you. So we are going to find out that Victor is going to let Quincy know, like, hey, this dude is dangerous. Like, Doodah is dangerous. We learned that he invested in DeAndre's business, like he do everybody's business. My one question about this particular part, and then we'll move on. Victor does tell him his secret. So he tells him about the body because he says that he needs to know because he don't want stuff happening. Yeah.
So Vic and my face say it all.
Exactly.
Like, this motherfucker right here.
Okay. But what do y'all think that Doodah has more of an investment in DeAndre's business? Do you think does DeAndre know more about Doodah, or do you think he's just really as oblivious as he appears to be? Tamika, what you think?
I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50 with that. It could be anything, because I was figuring that he already knew what Doodah was about from the time that we saw him at the house, selling the house. I kind of felt like he knew what he was about, and he just was like, listen, I'm making my money. He bringing me in, other customers that I can make money off of. So he not going to complain about it. I already knew that Quincy more than likely was, what a man, because at one point I thought he was feeling Victor, to be honest, but I was not expecting it to be DeAndre, so I was a little shocked with that one. Like, oh, wait a minute now, small world. After all, but I just want to know, like, Victor, why, child?
Girl, I don't know why, but
I feel like what's his name, DeAndre.
I
feel like he's washing money too for Doodah, but he don't know it.
That's what I was thinking. I was like,
it's like Emmett don't know. He don't know.
Right.
He picked some squares that's not in the game, that don't know how to get down. And this guy looks like he's a straight arrow with the real estate school. Went and got his license. Probably got a degree and everything. But I feel like he's oblivious. He doesn't know what's going on.
That's what I think too.
I
think he's oblivious.
Yes.
I think he is oblivious. Okay, y'all. Rich here. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. Okay. So right here, this is the thing where it kind of hits the fan. You know what I'm saying? Like we have Papa come through. You know, he's going to see old girl. You know, he said earlier that he's going to do grown folk stuff, basically. But then we learn that there's a little something that our friend been holding back on. What you think about this, Moochie?
I was shocked to find out that she had a kid. Now I want to know the backstory. Like, who's this kid's father? I want to know if it was an older person, because remember she's in the church and all of that. I just want to know what's going on. Like, was it? I think she was being careful with even starting anything with Duda just for that, because she knows she likes him, and she don't want it to really go there like that. I think I'm getting names thrown off. I think Papa is not gonna go anywhere. I think they're gonna have a talk. I think he's really into her, but I don't know how his parents is gonna react to this.
I think this is the argument that him and his father are going to have. Is going to be about this, about him stepping in and still wanting to be with her. I don't think his father is going to necessarily like it. Not to mention that this is also because he's already mentioned that he doesn't like the father per se. I guess that's the feeling that we get. Tamika, any further thoughts on this baby? Did you feel like it was something with her?
Just that, yeah, because I remember her giving that look when he got out, and she just seems kind of skeptical, like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You could tell she likes Papa, she's enjoying it, but you felt like it was something else there, and it was like, I was kind of wondering, like, is she trying to set him up? Is there something else going? But when this little boy opened the door, I was like, automatically saying, oh no, that's not her little brother. I knew who was about to come out next, but I'm like, how old was she when she had him? And I got the same questions as Moochie, like, who's the father and all of that? Because she's 19 now. This little boy don't look like no little tiny boy.
He's about 3 or 4 years old, right?
That's what I think. I think he gotta be about.
I think he's about 3 or 4 years old. He looked like a little, like a toddler. Well, not like a little toddler, but you know what I'm saying.
I would give him about 5, maybe. And if he's 5, then she would.
Yeah, he definitely ain't no little toddler.
Yeah, he might be about 5 or 6.
Yeah,
with the way he's how tall he is.
I do want to know what was going on, but yeah, his father's not gonna like this at all.
LSW said she was a little sneaky.
I don't think she was sneaky. I just think she wanted to break it to him easily. That's why she invited him to the house without anybody there. Her parents is not there, and
exactly.
the opportunity to tell them.
And not to mention, sometimes I know sometimes we think that people should be upfront about everything with people when they first meet them. But I don't think that I should have to tell you everything about me if I'm just filling you out. Not until we get like closer do I need to start divulging certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm not really mad at her for that not being the first thing that falls out of her mouth. Hey, I got a kid, by the way. Maybe she probably don't even, because like Tamika was saying in the car when we saw her, I thought it was something else because we was all trying to analyze what in the world is it. She had that look on her face. So maybe she's trying to figure out, is this something? Do I want to tell him? And I think this probably was the best way. Just let him show up and there you go. So, but I think
I don't know if it was the best way, but it's the best the way she decided.
Listen, I guess I don't know. I just figured
we're gonna see how this goes.
So this is where Quincy clearly doesn't know about what Duda has going on because Quincy like, look, he dangerous. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, Quincy, you better not tell him, because if you tell him, then he don't go back and confront Duda. Like, you better not say nothing. And he didn't say anything, so I was like, okay. Y'all think he gonna tell his partner?
he didn't tell his partner here, but I think he might if something happens and they get word on the street that something happened. I think he might then.
And she is 19. She was about to. It's not a sad story or by a crazy person. Papa's too sweet. Yeah. I don't know if he's gonna tell it or not. I think he's in this politician world, and he knows that, there are certain things that he has to keep secret. But like you said, maybe if push came to shove, there's a possibility that he could. Now, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get this out of my system real quick, because the whole episode I've been waiting on something big to happen. I was so upset that nothing big happened in this episode. I was like, okay, here we go. Something about to happen. We're about to get our body. It's about to happen right now. But then that didn't happen. Like, Moochie, you go ahead and talk about all the stuff that happened, because Jamal got to look at the key. I feel like he's looking at me right now. I'm going to let you talk.
I feel like, how can I say it? Bakari messed up. Now, you got this car from Duda. You know Duda hands is dirty. You know this. You ain't had no papers on it. Why was you speeding, dude? You know how they pulling people over with. You got a flashy car. You young. The windows ain't tinted. Come on, dog. You should know all of this. I'm like, well, Dag, he's thinking that he got a fleet. You know this wasn't Duda car. And Duda, I just don't understand him. How you? Yeah, Duda made me sick with this, because you put this boy in a line of danger right away, and everything that Jamal said came out.
Jamal been in them streets. He know. Tamika, what do you think about this? Although I did love the way Nina and Dre handle Lene, y'all. Like, I just love that whole dynamic of how they've taken her in. And even Papa Stanley, the same with him. I just love that they're loving on these children that seem to have been, go ahead, Tamika. I'm sorry. Just wanted to say that real quick.
No, like I said, from the moment that they left the house and went to the prom, and we were seeing all the fun, and he got these plans for after they done drop Papa off to the girl house and all of that different kind of stuff. We talked about, knowing that he was gonna be in a chase. We talked about seeing them here hugging. So I was like, who gonna get taken out? And I said in my review, nobody. Okay, not a damn soul, child. I'm happy that nobody didn't get taken out. I don't want to see nobody go, but it was like it had my nerves wrecked. And then it was like, oh, that's it. That was it. And I mean, he was speeding. You were speeding. You was bringing attention to yourself, knowing the car that you're in. And you could tell he was disappointed in himself. Lene's disappointed. Them cops probably, had them shook, and her brother's pissed off because you just finished making a promise to him. And I felt a little bad. Y'all know I don't care too much about Bakari, but I felt a little bad when he sat in the back seat and cried. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I felt that way too.
Yeah, it was sad when he cried. When that church
it was like he was laying it all out.
I said, dang, because I was like, what? When you first looking at it, you be commentary. I was like, what you crying for? And my husband talking about probably because he know he in love with that girl, and now he know her brother ain't gonna let her nowhere near her no more.
Exactly. I was like, he just professed his love for her earlier. And she said it too. So he like, damn, I done lost the girl that I love. This the only person that love my dirty drawers right now.
Right. Because he made a promise that he really couldn't keep.
He seemed like he loved him.
Yeah. All right, y'all. So, Victor, aka Trigger, he got that visit that Rosalind was talking about. Rosalind said, when them feds show up, I need you to keep the same energy. Is he gonna keep the same energy? My opinion, Trig ain't no snitch. He ain't gonna tell on nobody. That's just how I feel about it.
I don't think he is either.
Tamika?
Yeah, I don't think he is, but I just don't know why he told either. I doubt it.
Exactly. I don't understand why he told
Hey, Inga.
Hey.
Yeah, she was over there waiting for us.
Okay. And then there is
Oh,
go ahead, Moochie. Hit this one up.
look, this is the person he told that he took out Q. The question is she gonna go back and tell Alicia? I think she is. I think she is. Like I said, I think she might. I think she is. I'm gonna leave it at that because I already said what I said.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you. I do see that Duda has these two down women, but I feel like if it ever comes to them or him, I don't think they don't choose him if we just keeping it real. So I don't know. I guess we shall see. But I definitely think there is a story here. I don't know. I just feel like I need to see a little bit more. Any thoughts on these two, Tamika?
Not really. I mean, now she know for sure. He admitted it, and he's saying that the person that knows, they better stay in line. And he also told him to, make sure that he keep Alicia in check. That she wants to be able to control her, whatever along them lines. And she was like, I know, but I don't think that's gonna go the way that he think it's gonna go.
Exactly, because I think Alicia is going to be a force to be reckoned with, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I don't think that she has I don't think that's going to happen. I think what Moochie said might be actually true. Then there's a moment where we see that Keisha finally gets back into therapy. We realize that she is extremely overwhelmed, and she just needs an outlet, and she needs someone to talk to. All the stuff that she dealt with is she just needs that person to speak with, and she's kind of jumped into this family thing where she has 3 new responsibilities as well as the responsibility that she just had as well, and then there's this new house. Like, there's just a lot going on. So I think this was something that was well needed for her. I was really happy to see a lot of the mental health things that are going on in the Shy this season. So yeah, last but certainly not least is going to be Maisha and Kev, aka Kavisha, where we see that these two are talking, and Maisha tells him some of the best advice, something similar to what Jake said, that you only get one life and you need to live that life, and that people are still going to be here. So is Kevin leaving the Shy, y'all? Is that what that big announcement was when they were having that party? Remember, and he's having his speech. Tamika, what do you think?
Yeah. Go for it, Kevin. Go, Kevin. Go, Kevin. Go. I want to see him. I want to see him do big things. I mean, he found something he's good at that he could potentially make, nice little sum with and be able to take care of himself. Now, you ain't gonna be able to go, shopping in your mama house like you was before because you're in a whole nother place. But as long as he got everything set up and is legit, I think it could work out good for him.
Exactly. Why didn't Kev tell Maisha? Okay, I don't understand. Tell him what. You have to explain a little bit more to me on that one. And Moochie, I want you to talk about this very last.
We knew this was coming.
Emmett can't hide nothing. Emmett just be messing up, y'all. Emmett, like, you know what? Moochie, just go for
it. I'm so mad at him because you did something stupid like leave your jacket in this ottoman, storage ottoman. Why would you put the jacket in there with the freaking bag? And you know that means, did you go in there to check for it? Because it couldn't have been like that from the night before when he got it. So I'm like, what the heck? Like, this was a dumb, like, Emmett be doing something. This is when Emmett be messing up. And that was the worst place to put that.
He is.
He would have been better off hiding that joker in the locker at the job, at his business, or in a safe there. But I guess he don't want. He ain't safe in his house.
I wish Inga was up here right now, y'all, because I can hear her in my head. Like, everything
he
that
pissed
she's
me off too. He ain't got the sense God gave a rope sometimes.
Not the God gave a rope. Oh my goodness.
Not for real.
Why didn't Kevin tell Maisha about this opportunity? I don't think he's ready to tell her just yet. I think he was still like trying to figure out exactly what he was going to do is what I think it really all boiled down to. Because I'm like that sometimes too. Sometimes you're trying to figure something out. And so you ask things in a roundabout way without saying exactly what it is, but you're just trying to get the feel for it before you make your final decision or really just say anything, you know, because you don't want that pressure of what they necessarily, that's what I think, but I don't know. So yes, Kendall, y'all know Emmett is dumb and don't make good decisions. That is very true. Okay, y'all, so that is what's up with this particular episode, guys. To be honest, we're about to move on over to Moochie's channel because we're about to switch gears and we're about to talk about Power Book 4 Force. Before we go ahead and end this one, ladies, do you have anything else to say about the Shy tonight?
No.
Okay. All right, y'all. So if you are watching Power Book 4 Force, then go ahead and follow us to talk about Power Book 4 Force. I don't have it streaming because I forgot to put it up. I'm going to try to put it up real quick. But I know Moochie and Tamika have theirs up. So we're about to hop over there. So y'all come on with us. Until next time, guys. Peace.
All right, y'all.